Hello and welcome. As you know, if you subscribe to my channel, I love Manor Lords. It's such a great game and has had some awesome updates since the early access launch, including some new food types, new combat units, bridges, and even 2 brand new maps, which I love. Plus, it's had a bunch of bug fixes and balancing changes, but I'm greedy and I want even more. So here are 5 changes I think Manor Lords needs to make in the future. Starting with making it easier to find specific buildings. I do love that the tab feature does allow you to check where certain buildings are and you do have an idea, but if you really just want to suss out where you left that saw pit or some other building, I do find it quite hard to actually find things unless I remember where they are. Some way of finding this out exactly and just directing me straight to it would be awesome. Next, we have apples into cider. I do find that the ale requirement is a little bit of a bottleneck when you're trying to expand. If you start in a region that doesn't have good fertility, you either need to go into trade and really import a lot of that, or you're just kind of stuck. And for me, this feels quite restricting. And I would love to get even more utility out of the very precious development point that I spend into apples and be able to turn that into cider through a fermentation process. I think this would be a natural progression for the game. Plus, this reduces the burden a little bit for those low fertility regions and gives you a creative way to meet the ale requirement. Next up, and something I've seen discussed a lot on the Discord, and that is soup. Everyone has veggie plots. They are an absolute must. And being able to turn those into soup by also adding a little bit of salt, reducing the spoilage, would be a fantastic additional food option. It really does feel like a great addition just to be able to do that, and I think a nice warming soup in the winter would be a nice choice. Next, we have some combat improvements. I would like the battles with Hildebolt to feel less predictable and formulaic. He does seem to bring out the same combinations of troops. He's always going to have the max retinue, and he does kind of behave in the same way in every single battle. He tries to flank you constantly, the way he uses his archers. I would like to see a little bit of variation in that. I think that would add a lot more depth to the combat side of the game. And also being able to know if I'm winning or losing a battle would be really useful, so I can pull those units back or change my strategy as well. And lastly, I would absolutely love some more depth through development points, taxes, and policies. The groundwork is there, and you can obviously see that there are some things not completely filled out yet. Other aspects of the game have had a bit more attention, but I do think this would create a lot more depth to the game and make it a lot more interesting. We only get 6 development points, and all of the trees are quite different as well. There should definitely be a bit more variety in there. Plus, you have taxes, and there are already a hint as to the different types of taxes we might see in the future. I think this could be really interesting, and it gives the manor a lot more importance as well. Plus, you have the 2 policies currently active. There's definitely a lot more layers possible here. And really, unless I have a rich animals deposit, I don't really need to touch policies as it is currently. So I'd absolutely love to see a little bit more attention here just to bring that extra depth to the game. So those are my 5 changes that I'd like to make in Manor Lords. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. I think there's so much more to come in this game, and I know a lot of people are excited about it. All in all, I still love playing the game, and I really appreciate just how much the team speak directly to the community about ideas and updates. There's so much potential here, and I'm absolutely here for it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.